Yes, it's the biggest platform for journalists, and this is Journalist Hangout on Sunday. All that is required for evil to triumph in the society is for men of goodwill to remain silent as the insecurity ravaging Nigeria continues to fester. More prominent citizens are calling on government to take drastic steps. Some leaders in the north, including the Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Saad Abubakar, lamented wanton killings in the region and called on President Muhammadu Buhari to stop it. Other groups like the Christian Association of Nigeria and Jamaa Nasiru Islam, GNI, have urged President Muhammadu Buhari to save the people from killers, bandits across. And Jide, we've been on this issue for some months, and some people will give that impression that they've succeeded in curtailing the activities of bandits. But some are of the opinion that, look, these guys are growing more wings, and they have just been doing as if this country is at war, or we don't have any form of government to regulate their activities. So they are running riots everywhere. I read the testimony of a woman that said she saw how bandits burnt 4 of her children. She escaped through, whiskers.
And she eventually died day before yesterday.
Really?
They burnt 4 of her children. They burnt her mom. Then she managed to escape, but she died. She died in hospital. When you go through that kind of fire, it is by miracle that you can survive. Because
so the latest is burning people alive now.
The vehicle was set ablaze. They fired at the vehicle some assaulted and then caught fire. So those who wanted to escape from the fire were then fired at. And it is an individual, Bello Turuji, who is doing this to our people, especially between Shinkafi and Sokoto.
And we can't get the so-called Tuji.
We can't kill Tuji. Instead, they will send us a story of one unknown bandit leader. They will claim bandit leader had been killed. All the major bandit leaders that I know, we have not succeeded in killing anyone. Whether, if anyone died, it is as a result of conflict between them. And maybe in fight. No, we have not killed. They have not killed anyone. We didn't kill Buhari Ndaji. It was Dogo Gide that killed him. Buhari Ndaji was the one who negotiated with the governor of Katsina, who was carrying that gun beside the governor of Katsina. That's Buhari Ndaji. It was Dogo Gide that killed him inside the Dansadao forest, after he stole cattle belonging to Dogo Gide's in-laws. And he told him, you stole my in-laws' cattle. I want to take back what you stole to give my in-law. He said, no, that I've sold the cattle. He said, you sold the cattle? Okay. Then he killed him and left his corpse. His corpse was left in the forest for like 4 days before the army retrieved it. So it wasn't the army that killed Buhari Ndaji.
So what
Daudawa was killed the other day because Daudawa claimed that he had renounced banditry. He took the Holy Quran and swore that he would not return to banditry. So after that, the governor of Katsina State began to patronize him. Suddenly, he realized I was not making the kind of money that I used to make in the forest. He went back. As he went back, his rival shot him. Again, it wasn't the military or the police or the civil defense or agro rangers that killed Daudawa. His own colleague in crime killed him. That's what we've been seeing. Bello Tuji, these are small boys. Bello Tuji is not up to 30 years.
So why do you think it's difficult to take
I don't know why. It is a complete failure of intelligence on our part that we cannot locate the exact whereabouts of Bello Tuji. and take his life, and he's killing our people now,
burning them alive,
burning people alive. Now we are saying, in fact, Daily Trust reported that they sent a ministry to beg him. This same Bello Tuji Ayo, to tell you how the extent to which we have sunk. This Bello Tuji, they arrested his father. He now said, why are you arresting my father? You know me, you know where I am. Why should you arrest my father? Then in anger, he attacked the community and kidnapped people. They had to return his father. They had to return his father. So with having been reunited with his father, he then released some of the people that he picked up in anger. Now, what caused this last one was the bombing by the Air Force. The Air Force targeted some of his supporters, some of his foot soldiers, and they ended up killing a few of his relations in the process. Now, out of anger, he has been attacking community. Sometimes 3 times a day he will attack a community, just taking lives as a way of avenging the killing of his foot soldiers and relations, including his aunt. So, is it that an illiterate bandit,
sub 30? Yes,
he's the same boy that fired at the what was it called the other day? Fired at the Alpha Jet. He's the same boy. There are still others like him in the area. People like Kachala, who are just doing what they like.
Look at them.
These boys have been keeping those children, those students of the Federal Government College, Sabon Brini, Brini Yauri. They've been keeping them for about 5 months. 5 months. 5 months. Those children are in their hands. So we have no way of bringing these guys, those children, out of their custody. You can imagine a parent not seeing his children for the past 5 months. They've been in their hands. And I know that they move them around. Look at, they picked up children in Tegina, Niger State, and those children were released in Kebbi State. From Niger to Kebbi. And it's inside the bush. So some of those children died because they were too young to go through that trauma. Some of them died. So until we descend heavily, what I suggested in the past, I said, let's know that we are at war. In the Northwest, we are at war with bandits. Let's know that we are at war. Let the war, even if it's for 6 months, we know that we want to eliminate these people. It is possible. But doing piecemeal attacks on them, they attack Goronyo in Sokoto, let's go to Goronyo to go and fight them. They went to Sabon Brini in Sokoto and Isa, let's go there to go and fight them. They were sighted at Tureta in Sokoto, let's go to Tureta to fight them. You can't walk like that. We now even have them occupying territories and
collecting tax,
appointing district heads. 2G now has district heads in Goronyo, Sabon Brini, all of these places in Sokoto State.
Mayor, when we have a notorious terrorist like this in our hands, some government supporters, some of our fans will tell us that we should stop talking about terrorists. It's as if we are glorifying them. But day in, day out, we read about their nefarious activities. We read about their exploits. We see them killing Nigerians, maiming Nigerians, burning Nigeria alive. And people still want us to keep quiet. Government still want us to believe they are in total, they are taking, for the fact that they are collecting, that they are collecting taxes from people. That does not mean that they are occupying any territory. That after all, in some places in Southwest, they can say, area boys, they used to collect taxes.
Let me say that it's a sign that government has given up. They've accepted a fait accompli kind of thing, which should not be so. Because when you have bandits running riot the way they are doing, the government itself has lost its legitimacy in those areas because they are not the one in charge in those areas. I believe,
I
said it before, and I'm going to repeat it. I am not a soldier, but I think the strategy we are using is faulty. We can never win the way we are going about it. We can never win. We are just wasting our time. The only way we can solve this problem is for us like this to accept that we are in a state of war. And it's not in one state. We have to take the entire Northwest as a region and take on the bandits.
Do you have the capacity?
Yes, we do have the capacity. The Nigerian government has the capacity to do that. What they lack is the willpower to do so.
Why?
For whatever, I don't know. For whatever reason, I don't know. But you will see that this government is, it's the federal government that has this means of question to be able to achieve this thing. And they are sending a tacit message that we've given up. We cannot solve this problem. Because when you take bandits, it's not only one person that you are taking on. We have a lot of them.
How can it be as bad as we are sending emissary to go and beg?
It shows that it shows that the Nigerian government has lost its legitimacy to do that. How can you send emissary to a bandit to beg him to please stop killing our people? How can you do that? And you are government. How can you do that?
Small boy.
Because you see, the only way you can take these people on is for you to have the will to say enough is enough. And you will take them on at the same time. I've said that before. You cannot go to Niger State because what they just need to do is to shift to Kebbi State. If you go to Kebbi, they will shift to Sokoto State. If you go to another state, they will go to Katsina State. You have to take all of them on in those states at the same time. It's not that you will just plot to Kano and kill some people.
If you stop talking about this, we'll be negating the rights that the Constitution gives to us, that we should hold government accountable.
If you want to stop, me, I will not stop. I will not stop. When we say let's improve security, it is to enable all of us be able to live in peace.
Yes.
We've lost friends. Can come in that war in the Northeast, I've lost friends. Friends in the army, I've lost. People think I just talk about those things. He doesn't like the army and all the rubbish that some people say on social media. I've lost friends in the military. Now, I just lost a friend again in Katsina. Dr. Abe, and I said,
honestly, I read that.
Yes, that young boy. We just lost him.
Bandits went to his house.
It's not even, it's those one assassins. Bandits, they didn't steal anything. They're assassins. They're not bandits.
Close to Daura?
They're assassins. Went to his house and he was the only one,
There?
Yes, I think with his security, with his like personal aid. So they didn't even break into the house. They got in. And then it's a case of assassination, that one, all the signs are there. They didn't steal anything. So those ones are not bandits. But we know that even in Katsina, the home state of the president, bandits are running riot in not less than 10 to 12 local governments.
It was confirmed by
the governor himself. The governor said you are here. It's not Babajide saying it. The governor said it himself. And I've interviewed even traders, these livestock sellers who said, see, the places we used to go to buy livestock, we can't try to go to those places anymore because those places are not safe. So government has to, we've seen Jamaatul Nasrul Islam, Khan, people that used to fight one another. You see, all of them are in agreement now that this security thing, if we don't solve it, we are in trouble. So they are begging the president to take action. So it's just, you can't also appoint people into positions and leave them even when they are failing. That's my quarrel with the president.
I agree with that.
If they are failing, if anything untoward happens and you have a DPO there, you have let head roll. That's how people will sit up and do their work.
You don't have a KPI system. No. You just keep them there.
Just keep them there. They are failing, but you don't do anything. You are failing. Well, you are just hoping that God will
One
intervene.
Minister of Science and Technology told us one time that we'll start producing pencil at the end of 2020. I don't know where the pencils are. Can you imagine that that would be an achievement? I don't know where he has started producing his pencils now.
He's the only one who can answer that question.
And the person has been killed there.
It still boils down to the president because the buck stops at table. And it is the will. They have to have the will to do the needful in those areas. In a situation where bandits will burn people alive in buses, go into mosque and kill people.
Yes.
I don't think that is
in Niger State they will go into the mosque and kill people.
Into mosque and kill people.
What is their offense?
And we have a president who does not know that should not be acceptable. That should not be acceptable. Because the primary duty of government is protection of lives and property. That's the primary duty of government.
Well,